Welcome to Sass with Sabrina. This is washing machine edition. Okay, so this is the inside of my washing machine. It is doing this. It is leaving a lovely little puddle. So my guess is the drain hose is plugged somewhere. So I have never done anything with a washing machine before except for do laundry. And as you can tell, it badly needs to be cleaned. I researched this one because that's needed. I am basically going to unplug it and drain the lines and drain all of this. So I'll take you through it step by step. So towels. So the other step that I read said to shut the electrical breaker off, but I think if I just unplug it, that's sufficient enough. Mine drains into my laundry sink. I have it secured in place with a clamps, so that's gone now. Disconnect the water line, which I don't know if is totally necessary. There's a ton of water in there still. Screwdriver to disconnect that. So when I was researching it, it did say that there is always a little bit of water left in the bottom of the drum. To remove this screw and then the same screw that's on the other end. Essentially what I'm doing is taking the entire top off. Removed where you load your soap. Well, that's not what I wanted to. I did this off camera because I was curious if these screws needed to come out, but that just pops right out. This is the top of the washer with the lid off. The next step is to remove the front two screws. It's these two, the ones that are holding the front facing off. So after I remove the front screws, you have to remove the ones inside here also. So the next step is to undo these clips that run all along the top. I feel like I need a flathead screwdriver. Oh! Okay. Put that front control panel up on top. Okay, so there's a tiny little ring in the rubber. You have to take that off. And then remove the seal. Okay, so you leave your hose that you find there alone. You just have to lift this up and out and put it on the inside. Okay, the next step is to remove these three screws right off of the front of the washer. Don't lose your screws. So there's actually 4 screws along the bottom. Okay, so I got the screws out. So on the other side of this is obviously the door lock mechanism. So there's actually no room to unplug it. I wonder if I need to. I wonder if I need this like out of the way completely or if it can just stay to the side. I'm just gonna see if I can keep it to the side. This is a pump and it's full of water and apparently there's a coin catcher. I really don't want those wires and other parts getting wrecked. And then there's like an actual motor right there. So off camera, I'm going to do this. I do not want water everywhere and I do not want my camera wet. So basically I'm just going to put a bag under here and I'm going to undo this one first and drain all of that before I remove anything else. So I just used some pliers to squeeze that green clamp together and shoved it down. I'm now going to remove the hose. So that drained really well. So I'm going to put the bag back under and remove those 2 clamps and remove that pump. I think all the clamps are down. I don't know what it's hanging on to. This is my washer pump. That is full. Full, full, full. That's disgusting. Awesome. That's actually a flap lid. I thought it was a screen or something, but that's completely clean. That's clean. I have not had a chance to clean that yet. But okay, it was completely full. It is completely cleaned out. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I have a wire long enough that will go all the way down that hose. Yes, I found a huge hunk of wire. And there's my little coil ends. And I'm just going to feed that through the pipe. And I'll put the bag back on that piece just so that it'll catch any water and anything else that might come out. So off camera, I just ran it through twice and it's covered in grossness. So the first time it only went about 2 feet. And then the second time it went about 3 feet. So it's safe to say that this is completely plugged. Okay, so I popped it off. It was an easy pop off. There is a store literally 5 minutes from my house that sells appliance parts. So you could essentially just put a whole new hose in it. But if you wanted to do this for free, you could just do what I'm doing and snake it out. Might just run some water in it to see what's going on. Okay, so I just ran the water through this several times, both directions, hot water, cold water, warm water, you name it. It looks good. I'm just gonna put it back now. Okay, so down below I have the hose hooked back up to the pump area and the clamp is back in place. So now I'm just gonna feed it. Okay, so now I'm putting the pump back on. I'm not gonna record it. You're just literally gonna see the back of my head. There is no room. Okay, everything is back together. Those green clamps are, pardon my language, a bitch to work with. So when I removed it, I used this. When I was putting it back together, I used this, but these were way too long and they were just hitting the wall and just getting more frustrated. So I had to borrow that tool. And so make sure that the length of your tool is proper because that went together like butter. This I was struggling with. Now let's put the rest of it back together. Walk you through the steps. So you put your front panel back on, put your door seal and ring back together. Okay, so next I put that hose piece, pop your front panel on and then your lid, plug it back in, put your hose back over, and see if it leaks on you. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching my video.